What is going on, YouTube? This is Vyse speaking, and welcome to the finale of Dragon Quest III, The Seeds of Salvation. Guys, in the last episode, we took on Zoma, and we failed in our quest. Something wasn't right. We had no effect on him. In this episode, I have a whole new strategy, and boy, are you about to see, alright? Guys, it's been building up to this very moment for so long. I say we finally put this to rest. We've already heard what this man has to say. Let's get into the fight. Now, right off the bat, this first turn is going to be pretty interesting. We have a pretty funky strategy, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to have Margaret cast Insulator, and Betty is going to use the Sphere of Light. So you have learned how to overcome the wards of sorcery that protect me? It matters not. Come, dash yourselves on the unfeeling shoals of my might. And you better prepare your ears because Tsukiyama went in on his final boss theme, alright? Oh my gosh, I could go on forever. I believe it's I should know this. Heroes Challenge, man. It is the most epic soundtrack in the game, okay? Now, Zoma is an interesting boss. He likes to use this wave of disruption over and over, and what that does is it takes out any special effects that you've put on your party, such as Insulate, Oomph, Kabuff, everything. So we're gonna be casting a lot of spells, but we just have to know how to balance that because he's going to use it quite a lot. Now, you can watch my strategy, but for now, I'm gonna stop talking so we can appreciate this amazing final boss theme, alright? Alrighty, now, at this point, I guess I'll sort of analyze what Zoma can do. Basically, what you really want to watch out for is when he breathes the cold breath. That does insane damage all around the board. It is not fun to deal with. So you want to be ready for that. You're gonna have to be healing constantly, in fact. Whenever I don't know what I should do with Margaret, I'll have her throw out a Kafrizzle because Kafrizzle is very effective against Zoma. And Betty most of the time is going to be using the Sage's Stone because it's such great healing, and Margaret knows a bunch of different spells, so it wouldn't be ideal to have her using the Sage's Stone. Now, usually how the turns will play out is Betty will go and then Zoma will take his turn. I think he got a really low roll because even Vyse went before him this time. So this turn wasn't actually that bad. We want to hope for Marcella to get a lot of critical hits. Now we did get a disruptive wave, so I'm going to have... Actually, I might not do so much insulating. I might... Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me get a Kafrizzle in. Betty used that Sage's Stone. If Vyse is doing good damage with that Sword of Kings, and Marcella as well. I really want to see some critical hits, though, to cut through that defense of his. Oh, that hurts. Now that's good healing. I don't know how Betty went last. She has the most agility. I didn't think I'd ever see her go last. Now Margaret. We are going to Kafrizzle again. Betty is going to bust out that Sage's Stone. Get some good healing. Do some nice damage with Kafrizzle. And I guess I can take a second to talk about Zoma as a character. I love Zoma's design. Ooh, Margaret's really low. Nice critical. I do have to say I love Zoma's design. He seems like an absolutely twisted individual. I like that Dragon Quest twist, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I wouldn't blame you. The Dragon Quest twist is when you have one antagonist for the entire game, and you only figure out that he's actually not the main antagonist until you defeat him. Like Baramos was the man, and then once we took down Baramos, it's all of a sudden our journey is not over yet. Baramos is just a henchman to the real evil, the true evil, which is Zoma. So I have to say I'm a really big fan of his character. We're gonna have to do a lot of healing this turn because we were pretty low. This is not bad. Crackle is actually what we want to see most of the time. So, but yeah, Zoma's awesome, man. Love the design. Baramos as well. Baramos looks a bit funny, but he's no joke. He is nothing to be taken lightly. And let's see here, Kafrizzle. We're gonna pop another Sage's Stone. Yeah, man, in the last episode, I just didn't know what I was doing, and it just hit me at the very, very end of the fight. I was like, because I've seen it done before. They did it in DQ11, and I think even in Dragon Quest VIII, you have to weaken the enemy's defenses before you can actually act. So the whole fight, I was like, what's going on here? And then I remembered, like, something's not right. You know, we have this Sphere of Light for a reason, and we haven't used it yet. But now, as you can see, his form changes. Not really his form, but his defense goes away, and his color changes, and this is the real deal right here. Now, this is one of those rare turns where I might even pop an... Ooh, no, I don't know, because Vyse isn't that fast. We're gonna attack. We might do another double healing turn. I don't like to do double healing turns because it takes a lot of MP from Margaret, and as you can see, she's already getting kind of low. But it's got to be done, man. So just to be safe, and see, now I feel much more comfortable, especially because he's coming out with that cold breath. That's gonna hurt. And a disruptive wave. We didn't have many buffs that time around, so it's not actually going to be that big a deal this time. But I will oomph Vyse because we just got disrupted, and another Sage's Stone. And I think my levels, as far as this fight goes, my levels might be perfect. I don't think... Ooh, that's a really good turn. If he is going to do a disruptive wave, you really want him to do it twice in a row. I don't know why he can do that, but it is like, it's really lucky. He just wastes an entire turn. But anyways, I think we might be perfect. 42, average of like maybe 40, 41. It doesn't seem bad. It doesn't seem too over leveled. It doesn't seem under leveled. I'm not scared in this fight. I feel very confident, so I think I'm gonna oomph Vyse again. Betty is going to come with that Sage's Stone. I don't think Betty's gonna get a chance to puff, only because we've got to be constant and consistent with the healing, because as you can see, that happens every turn. We can't forget about healing for a turn, because he's gonna come with that cold breath, and you're not gonna know what the heck to do. Margaret's in a pretty tough place. Nah, I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be bold here and do a Kafrizzle, and hope that the Sage's Stone is enough healing for Margaret to last through the turn. It should be if we don't get really unlucky moves by him. We're doing some nice damage. I like this. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. And we are doing chunks of damage, man. I'm feeling real comfortable. Betty's gonna come with that Sage's Stone, and we're just gonna repeat the process, man. We're just gonna repeat the process. Hold that Sage's Stone, get us back up to where we wanna be, and just like that, Zoma is defeated. Vyse, you have done well to defeat me. But know this, as long as there is light, so too must there be darkness. I see it. I see that which is to come. Another darkness shall rise. Another shall take my place. And when he does, you will be powerless to protect your craven kind, for you will be long dead. Okay, now that that's dealt with, we need to get the heck out of here. Ooh, okay. Kind of scared me. I wasn't expecting falling through the dang earth. But we end up in this cave where we got one of those heroes equipments. We need to go though. We need to move because it seems like the whole world is just crashing down. Here we are again, man. We need to move. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. Go, man, move. Are you trying to die? Yeah, put some pep in your step. Oh my gosh, we really just did that, but we can't really enjoy our victory because something's not right here. We need to keep on moving. We can't stop to talk and chat. Anyways, there's a chest up here that I apparently didn't open. It contains a mini medal. Oh boy, oh boy. Come on, get out. From above the clouds, the sound of something closing firmly shut is heard. Now, as pretty as that was, I don't think that's a good thing, because we came down here from that hole in the pit of Gaiaga. If we try and zoom, the only places we can zoom to are Tantegel, Damdura, Cantlin, Ko, and Remoldar. Now you're starting to see how the events of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 came to be. From here, we can just walk back to Tantegel. If we are trapped down here, then it would make sense that there is no Aliahan in Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I mean, the town is looking lively, man. What do you have to say? Hail, hero! Pray, make haste unto the king. His majesty awaiteth thy coming most eagerly. Well, I'll be sure to, man. I'm sure they have a feast prepared for me because, guys, we straight up did it. Like, oh my gosh, you feel good about yourself, man, because this is not an easy game. This game throws some crazy challenges at you. But here we are, man, on top of the world. We reign triumphant. Let's speak to the king. Silence in the royal chamber. Vyse, news of thy deeds hath reached us, and we have eagerly awaited the return of thee and thy companions. Thou hast done well indeed in smiting Dread Zoma, lord of the underworld. That thou art returned to us unharmed is a gift for which we give thanks unto the mighty Almighty. What the heck? Morning hath broken on our kingdom at last, and all is thanks to thine unstinting efforts. I didn't even notice that, but that is true. The curse was lifted. I forgot that it was always like nighttime in Tantegel. Though it seemeth that Dread Zoma's demise hath sealed the doorway between our realm and thine own. Yeah, that's what I was suspecting. That's not good. Alefgard must now take its first steps as a world in its own right. it must emerge, blinking, into the dawn of its becoming. All is thanks to thee, Vyse. Thou art a hero without equal. In recognition of thy glorious deeds, I do hereby bestow upon thee our kingdom's highest honor, the title of Erdrick, which meaneth dwelling land in the ancient tongue, a name befitting of the land's chosen hero. From this day forth, thou, Erdrick, formerly Vyse, shall be known to all as the embodiment of the land's strength. The story of thy deeds shall take its place among the legends of our realm, and shall ring down through the ages. And that's how the legend came to be, man. That is the birth of Erdrick. We really just witnessed it. And to hear that main theme, man, it just really pounds it in that we really just did that. And oh my gosh, that kind of scared me. They moved fast. We get a performance from these guys, but they can't be the same ones from Asham, right? Because we're sealed off now. We get our standing ovation, man. This is awesome. Who knew Marcello was a cat person? Oh man, we click. Betty and Margaret are talking with the children, and this is just such a beautiful sight, man. That feeling of I don't know, man. How would you describe this feeling? Well, let me narrate. And so, Vyse, savior of Alifgard, passed into the legend of that realm as Erdrick, hero of the land. But when the celebrations finally died down, our hero was nowhere to be seen. He left only a sword, a suit of armor, a shield, and an amulet behind, and these became great treasures of the kingdom. As we know because we played Dragon Quest 1 and 2! Erdrick's sword, armor, shield, and mark, as the sacred amulet came to be known, were handed down through the generations. And thus was a legend born. And this is what I consider my prize, man. This beautiful music to listen to as the credits roll. You know, thankfully it's not one of those boring up and down the screen. You see all these names. Nah, they make it a bit interesting. But guys, we are here for the third time, and I cannot tell you how proud it makes me. How happy it makes me, man. Since this is my third time doing this, I get to really speak on the feeling, how it feels to finish a series, man. It is such a huge accomplishment. Because trust me, as a quote-unquote content creator, there are so many times where you wake up and you just don't want to do jack. Maybe you're sick, man. Maybe you're nauseous. Maybe you've got stuff to do. Maybe you're too busy. But to know that throughout all of that adversity, we can stand here today and say that we did this. We did this together, man. We did this as a channel. And we completed our biggest game yet, man. I told you, didn't I tell you, man, go back to the end of Dragon Quest 1. I said you better be ready because Dragon Quest 2 is twice the length of DQ1 and Dragon Quest 3 is twice the length of Dragon Quest 2. And you can go back and check how many episodes there are in every series, man. You will see that I'm not blowing smoke here. So every challenge we accept, all the adversity we have thrown at us. Well, I wouldn't consider it adversity because as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing what I love. But it just shows how we as a channel, we don't give up, man. We really don't. And I can tell you, even in my personal life, man, there's so much adversity. There's so many things that get thrown at you, and you just want to quit, man. Quitting is so easy. It is it's the easy way out. I don't know how else to put it, man. Sometimes quitting feels good. You just want to say, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. But whoever got remembered for doing that, man? Whoever got remembered for quitting? No, that's not what we're about on this channel, man. We get stuff done, as I say time and time again. So I hope you guys have a perfect understanding of what I'm trying to say, man. And with that, man, to be continued in Dragon Quest 1 and 2. If you guys did enjoy, you can always give it a like. If you did not, you can dislike and tell me what I can do to improve these episodes in the comments below. With all of that said, guys, I have been Vyse, and this has been Dragon Quest 3. I'm gonna let that outro do its thing, and stay tuned, because Monday, our next series debuts. Alright? I'm out of here.